The House voted this week to delay that implementation of the individual mandate under the health care law by 1 year, the same amount of time that the employer mandate was delayed, you'll remember, by the Obama administration. Well, Pennsylvania Congressman Mike Kelly is one of the lawmakers fighting to make sure the plan is applied fairly. Congressman, nice to see you this morning.
Clayton, good to see you, too. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Anytime. The president this week, I guess, slamming Republicans, saying you guys have relitigated this again. 38th time that this has been brought up by the GOP, trying to derail the Affordable Health Care Act. He says we've got more important things to worry about in this country. What do you say to that?
Well, listen, it's coming off the tracks by itself. We're not trying to derail it. And even his own party say it's a train wreck. This is just a case of, if we really do believe that all Americans are to be treated fair and equally under the law, and Obamacare is a law, then why do we protect the employers and don't protect those that work for them? Individuals have as much right to be treated fair and equally as businesses do. So if it was too hard for the businesses, it's also too hard for the individuals. And the old saying out there is what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
Come on, if we're going to play it by the rules, we're going to play by the rules. Let's be fair and equal to everybody. And we get accused too often of only protecting the wealthy. Listen, we're trying to protect middle-income families just as much. We're in favor of taking care of every single American every single day.
And you bring up a great point, and if you listen to the Obama administration in the wake of this delay, you'll remember, I believe it was Valerie Jarrett who said, we approved this delay because we heard your complaints about it, we heard your voices about it, we want to give you more time to understand it, allow for the implementation. If you go by that metric, then why wouldn't you allow individuals to have that same leverage that you would with the businesses? I don't understand what the difference would be.
Well, I think what we do understand is after four plus years with this administration, it's do as I say, not as I do, and they pick and choose winners and losers all the time. It falls on the administration. They have to enforce laws, but when they can pick and choose and they can say, well, this group's going to get protected, this group is not, you got to sit back and start to wonder now. You know, maybe the American people are starting to see that the emperor really doesn't have any clothes. This is a case where, you know, let's treat everybody fairly, Mr. President. Let's make sure we're doing what's right and what's fair and what's equal. So, again, I think what we're trying to do is just shed a light on another part of this Affordable Care Act. And every day another shoe drops. We're finding out that a lot of things that they said are not true. Let's
listen to Congressman Jason Chaffetz this week, because you guys have been holding hearing after hearing, trying to get to the bottom of things like Fast and Furious, Benghazi, the IRS. Congressman, a little frustrated by this. Take a listen.
I'm tired of this administration having to keep having these hearings. We've done it on Fast and Furious. We're doing it on Benghazi. We're doing it on the IRS. Why? Each time there's a pattern. Nothing here. Oh, it was just a couple people. Just move on. That's not true. When the ranking member went on national television and said that this case should be closed, that's wrong.
You guys have been trying to get answers. You haven't. You've got to be frustrated by this. Why do you keep holding hearings if you're not getting anything?
Well, here's our job. You know, as Congress, what we can do is we can oversee. We can hold hearings and we can expose, but we can't prosecute. We can't put people in jail. This is a very deliberative process and a thoughtful process. This is an administration, Clayton. You know what? They're really good at running out the clock. They're good at diversionary tactics. They're good at getting your eye off the ball. Here's what we pledge to the American people. We are going to continue to look into every one of these scandals. We're going to keep probing and get as deep as we can to find out how far it goes and how high it goes. So we've got to get to the bottom of this. It's not fair to the American people not to find those answers.
Congressman, we're out of time. Representative Mike Kelly, always great to see you. Great city of Pittsburgh. For more Fox and Friends.